Alright, and I'm back with another review for you guys, and this time we got a DC Multiverse, and you're gonna like it. No, I'm just kidding, but we got Deathstorm. I'll be 100% real. The main reason I got him was for the Atrocitus Build-A-Figure pieces, because he's a Build-A-Figure I'd like to get. He looks pretty fucking cool. I don't know too much about him. I know he's like the leader of the Red Lanterns, but yeah, that's the main reason I got this guy. Just straight up off the bat. You got the little Blackest Night logo. I assume that's from the comics, but you got that on the side. You know, since I've been collecting Marvel Legends more, I've been realizing, like, outside of, like, I know they did the windowless packaging. I haven't gotten any that have windowless packaging, and I'm not an inbox collector. I don't keep my boxes, but their boxes really are overall better. Like, this is a cool piece of artwork, but just overall, they don't even include a bio on these. I don't even think on non-Build-A-Figure ones there'll be a bio, like you have to open and read the card or whatever, but yeah. What is there? I don't think there's anything special on the bottom either, but yeah, let's go ahead and break them open. And here he is out of package, and you know, first off, before I even get into talking about his articulation stuff, he looks awesome. Like, the painting is really good. Like, the way these line up is awesome. He has really good paint, in my opinion. He doesn't have a bunch, but it is implemented really well. The hair effect looks really cool. Like, he's got a cool skull face with the paint. Like, it looks like it has a wash on it. But, as someone who, I like to consider myself primarily a McFarlane collector, but I don't know if that's going to continue to be true, but I'll just get into it. So, he can look down a little bit. He has no range to look up at all. Like, this is a flying character to my knowledge. Like, it's Firestorm as a Black Lantern. He should be able to look up. He cannot at all. So, yeah. However, he does hit a T-pose. It may be slightly over, I can't tell because of these little shoulder guards, but not bad at all. He's got the double jointed elbows. They go pretty far. It's not bad at all. I'm not going to do it with this hand just because it's going to be easier with this hand, but his hands, they have a ball hinge, so you can adjust that and then have it hinge whichever way tickles your fancy, which is something I will say I feel kind of shits on Marvel Legends. Like, just having the ability to do that adds a lot more ability with what you can do with your figure. But that's my opinion. Like, I'm not saying that's a fact, but I personally think it doesn't look quite as good. Like, I'll also admit that, but it gives you a lot more options. He's got a pretty decent kick. I'm sure you could, like, if you wanted to push it, you could get it even higher, but for McFarlane, that's really not bad at all. And then here's another thing I feel a lot of McFarlanes do really well, whereas Marvel Legends doesn't. This man gets like a full split, almost. Like, yeah, I can go up further too. Yeah, I know he can get like a perfect split, which, you know, I don't know why this character needs to do that, but he can. And then he's got, oh, that was crunchy. He's got double jointed knees, which is a good bend. It's not bad at all. Yeah. Also, in case anyone's just looking at that, I know I normally don't put the accessories on as I'm doing that and stuff, but I just wanted to put it in there just because I don't know why. Also, what is McFarlane's obsession with giving lanterns a lantern? I know that there is, like, some of them actually do have lanterns or whatever, but like, they don't just like carry them around, do they? I don't read the comics, so I could be just dead ass wrong. But from my understanding, they generally don't really like just have their lantern with them and stuff, but I don't know. Again, I could be wrong. But he doesn't have the best bend, and because of the way this little shin guard is made, even if you could get the ball hinge in there to move, it's not going to do much anyways. But there's another thing that Marvel Legends needs to start implementing on all of their figures is a little toe hinge. Like, I don't know why they act like that's just like, it's just too much, they just can't do it. But yeah, he's all right. Like, he's not great. Oh, you know what? Hold on. One thing that does remedy his head though is he can lean back a little bit so you can kind of get him in a flying pose, but I mean, it doesn't really fully make up for it. Also, they can twist too, but you know, they all do that. He does have a little bit of, I thought he did. I think this like does a little bit, but yeah, he's got a little bit of, it might just be kind of stuck, but he has a little bit of thigh swivel, but nothing near Marvel Legends. But yeah, he's all right. I do wish he had some sort of ability effects or something, but it is what it is. He comes with this little bio card with a pretty cool image on it. And then if you want to pause to read that, it's got a little bio on the back. Obviously he comes with a stand. And then we got the Atrocitus Build-A-Figure pieces, which that's a pretty cool head sculpt. Bro must have a really long neck peg. And then the shoulder piece, I guess, I don't know what to call it. Just a little tip for anyone who gets this Build-A-Figure, you should probably glue this into your Atrocitus when you get him, or whenever you try to articulate his arms, it's going to pop off from what I've heard. But let's get a little bit of scaling in there. Obviously, if you were just watching the previous part, he doesn't need the stand to stand up. He actually stands pretty well for the most part. You gotta mess with his feet a little bit, but it's not hard to get him to stand. But just so there's a more accurate representation of height, so I don't have to take the stand off of all of them, because they're, yeah, whatever. But here's him with, I think it's the Three Jokers Batgirl. Great little figure, by the way. The only problem is the side eye. Here he is with Nightfall Batman. Not to be mistaken with the black and gray one. Here he is with the, I believe, new 52 Deathstroke. I'm not 100% sure, but I know he's not based on like older designs. Here he is with Page Puncher's Black Manta. Here he is with Armored Batman. Here he is with the original release of Lobo, who in my opinion has a way better head sculpt than either of the ones that come with the Lobo and Space Hog, but that's just my opinion. And here he is with the figure that arguably has the worst hip articulation in my collection, the Collectabuild Beast Boy. Yeah. But yeah, overall, he's not like a horrible figure, but the lack of head articulation for a flying character and just the lack of accessories, I don't know. Unless you're really trying to get him for Atrocitus or you really like Firestorm, I don't know if I'd recommend picking him up. I mean, if you get him at Ross and you really you like any figure that looks cool, yeah, pick him up. But other than that, I can't really like fully recommend him, but I think that'll be it.